stream goes live to YouTube. So if you bear with me for a minute, I'll wait for Kyle and Clint and Bruno to also join me, turn on their cameras, and we'll say some hellos.
Hello, is this working?
I hear you.
Awesome.
So I'm just checking YouTube. Looks like we're live currently. Let me pop out chat for questions. Don't you look? Yep. Pop out chat for questions. Got to mute your YouTube. All right. Just waiting on Kyle. I know he's here. Gotta add him as a speaker. He didn't follow his invite link. Kyle Roof, yes.
Hello.
There we go. Okay, so we have everyone. Let me go ahead and share the link for Remo and YouTube chat. So people on YouTube, please feel free to come hang out after the show if you want to say hi or ask questions, stuff like that. I'll share the link again in chat at the end. I know it gets lost. So we have a special show today. So there wasn't an SEO this week because they wanted to, Clint wanted to have the same guest on, and it didn't make sense to have two back-to-back shows on the exact same thing. So we combined it into one show. So I want to make a big call out to Clint Butler and SEO This Week for being kind enough to let us have this guest. So that's a wonderful thing. And what's so compelling about what we're going to show you today is, I don't think it's applicable to every business, but it's applicable to an awful lot of businesses. And I think it's very applicable to an awful lot of businesses who are hit hard by the coronavirus stay-at-home orders. And if those businesses have the ability to pivot to being online, then I think what this is extremely relevant to that ability to pivot. And so we're going to go into that, but just know it might not be applicable to every business, and we get that, but we're just trying to help, and we thought that everyone should at least be aware of this new thing. And so hopefully this can help you. Hopefully if you don't have a plan, this can help you get a plan. And we'd love to hear your thoughts on that. So I'd like to first ask Clint, what are your thoughts of what you've seen before we show people and tell people what it is?
So I did the tour yesterday. I played with the tool, and it's looking at it, it's replacing probably about $500 to $750 in subscriptions just inside of this one tool. So that's pretty awesome. And then I've actually got pre-access to some of the training that Bruno may or may not be talking about that he did, and kind of duplicate the results and leveraging it. And that is also really good. So I'm pretty excited about this. Not as excited as Bruno, but
So Kyle, have you had a chance to see this thing yet, or are you seeing it for the first time?
No, it's my first time. I'm familiar, but I have not seen it personally, so I'm excited.
Okay.
Ted, when I showed it to you, I was a lot more calm. When I was showing it to Clint, I was just like, dude, you got to check this thing out. I am so excited. And that was like every other word coming out of my mouth.
Sure, he drank a lot of coffee before he called me.
So hopefully this can help you guys. Hopefully this gives you ideas on how you can pivot and try to, shore up your businesses. Hopefully this can help you grow your consultancy. Hopefully, this can help people who are hit hard. So with that, I'd like to hand it over to Bruno. And Bruno, maybe you can tell everyone about yourselves.
A cool little PowerPoint here because PowerPoints are the way to go. And camera off. Can you guys see everything all right?
Yep. Let me get my camera.
So I'm not going to go into full PowerPoint mode. Don't want to do that for you guys. I'll just keep it super casual. But the title of this is just going to be How to Win in a Pandemic When Everyone Else is Losing. And for those of you that don't know me yet, my name is Bruno Souza and Black Swan Media is my agency. We work with clients from your small local contractors to, we have a couple of Fortune 500 clients under our belt. Right now, what we're seeing is people need more than SEO. They need help pivoting in this pandemic situation. And that's kind of the reason that I'm here. It's that I showed this tool to Ted, I showed it to Clint, I showed what we're doing with it and the different systems that we have. And it's made the pandemic almost a non-issue for us where we haven't lost a single client and we're getting more referral business than ever. And I want to give you guys that same power and the same tool that I have access to. So what you're going to be getting from this, I call it a market analysis, but it's really just my opinion on everything that's going on. I'm going to show you the 2 steps that we took to prevent our clients from jumping ship. And then I'm going to be giving you some insanely powerful and mind-blowing marketing strategies to help you and your clients pivot in the right direction. At the end of this, just for full transparency, I'm going to invite you and give you the opportunity to sign up for a free step-by-step training on how to execute the strategies. It's free and I'm walking you through it literally click by click. And then as a bonus for those who stay at the end, and assuming we have time, I am going to give away probably one of my best client acquisition methods right now. So with that, when it comes to business, I'm like the most go, execute person that there is. But when things start getting really weird, like they've been getting for the last couple of weeks, I think we all need to take a step back and like reanalyze the environment and kind of just see what's going on. And when you start doing this, you're then able to come up with a plan and come up with a strategy. But until you take a step back and kind of get an understanding of what's going on, you can't come up with a good plan. And so this is just some screenshots that I took yesterday from different Facebook groups, and you're basically seeing a ton of people losing money, stock market's crashing. And so it's a very negative environment. But there's also a little bit of hope because you have a couple of people yesterday that were making money, getting new clients, and there's growth to be had in this market right now. And so the question that I feel like everybody should be asking is, how can I be making money instead of losing it? Now, just like a quick side note, like a little tangent here, there's marketers out there shaming you for being marketers right now. But just understand that businesses need your help more than ever right now. And if anything, this is going to be one of the biggest opportunities for you to grow. So don't feel bad for being a marketer right now. Don't feel bad for selling your services. Like, understand that people need you more than ever. So my take of what's happening, the world is in chaos and everybody's scared. And what you got to ask yourself is, what do people look for when they're scared? The answer to that is that they look for a way out. When people are scared, they're looking for solutions. They need leadership, they need guidance, and they need innovation. For the last couple of years, I feel like our industry has been very copy-paste, where every SEO out there is saying, we're the ones that give you results, we're the real deal, we're the data-driven people. But right now is going to be the opportunity for the ones that can actually deliver on that to set themselves apart from the pack. And so just understand that right now, all those businesses that are scared, that are canceling on you, that are pulling back, they need your help and they're looking for a way out. And what I want to teach you is how to provide them with that way out. And so overall, what's working right now is creativity. We see ourselves as SEOs first and marketers second. And I think the people who are going to succeed over the next couple of months are the ones who can unbox themselves and see the world through the lens of, I'm a marketer first and an SEO second. Because now it's like we're hitting the ground running, and the answer to what can you do for me is really just whatever it takes to succeed. And so jumping right into it, the 2-step method that we're using to prevent our clients from jumping ship is, and you can clearly see it here on the screen, but I'm going to go into detail on these. And what I ask of you is to go into this with an open mind Don't look at it and be like, this is too complicated and difficult, but just have an open mind, because by the end of this presentation, I'm going to make it very easy for you. So in order for this to make sense, you have to understand that you need to assume more responsibility as a marketer. And right now, chances are, if you're losing clients, it's because you're not responsible enough. And what I mean by that is that you've actually signed a hidden contract with your clients. And that hidden contract is that you're going to generate revenue for them. And in your head right now, you're probably saying, but Bruno, that's not my deliverable. My deliverable are ranking reports, they're link building sheets. My deliverable is traffic maybe. And look, that's fine. You can have that as your deliverable, but at the end of the day, this is why I call it a hidden contract. Your client is expecting revenue. In their head, all those things that you're delivering to them have some kind of correlation to revenue. And here's where things get a little bit blurry. If you're delivering rankings to them and you're delivering traffic to them, but they can't make a clear distinction between your results, your deliverables, and the revenue that they're making, they're going to jump ship on you. And so we've been preventing that by making it extremely clear the revenue that our clients are getting from the marketing services that we've had. Now, I do also want to say, if you are an SEO right now and you are using rankings and traffic as your deliverable, it's not your fault. For the last couple of years, we've been taught to do that, to CYA or cover your butt. And legally, that's a great idea. But once again, now it's time to CYA our relationship with the client. And we're going to do that by being more responsible. So I'm going to share with you a couple of screenshots of the tool that we're using. And once again, it's probably going to look intimidating because it's things that you've never done before. But what I want you to know is it's simple. It's almost copy paste where I can send this to you. And once you start getting the hang of it, you're going to love it. So our clients, they have these amazing dashboards. They're visual dashboards that show a representation of every single lead that we've brought in. And we actually take the leads a step further where we book the appointment for them. And the advantage to this is when a client calls me, and they should never call me because step 2 is you're being proactive with the call. But let's just hypothetically say a client were to call me and say, hey, Bruno, right now we're really scared. We're paying you $2,000 per month. And I know you're making us some money, but I'm not sure what that is. Right now, we just need to scale back our SEO and our operations. We just don't have the budget for this anymore. And that's probably a conversation that a lot of you have had over the past couple of weeks. Then I can tell them, because once again, I have this dashboard and because everything is being tracked, I can just tell them, look, man, I know that right now you're scared and I am happy to cancel this for you tomorrow. But what I want you to do today is go log into your dashboard again. I want you to look at the revenue that we've brought in for you and the deals that you've closed because of our marketing efforts. Because you're right, you're going to save $2,000 per month when you cancel with me, but you're going to lose $16,000 in revenue. I don't blame you for calling me, Mr. Client. Everybody's scared right now. And so just take a look. And if tomorrow you still want to cancel, that's completely fine. Just send me a text, no questions asked. It's a done deal. And that's like the purpose of this dashboard. It's to give them that irrefutable visual evidence that, hey, we're generating results. So now I'm going to show you a couple of the other ways that we're taking more responsibility for our clients' success. So 1, I just showed you this. We have the dashboards. 2, we have a platform for them. And once again, this is all in one, but there's a little section there that lets clients communicate with their clients via text message and email, kind of like a Skype thread. And we've given our clients access to that. The advantage here is, once again, they get to communicate with their clients, but we also get to see how they're doing in terms of response rates, communication, and our team can step in at any point to help them. And from this module alone, we're able to actually book and schedule appointments, which is how we're taking ownership of the sale. Like if we bring a lead in, we're gonna get them in the door for you. Next up, the system comes with its own CRM, and this basically lets us track the pipeline and once again help our clients with conversion rate optimization to see where they're lacking, where do we need to run an extra campaign, how can we make them more money, how can we get existing clients to bring in more revenue, how can we keep pushing people through the pipeline. And all of this is done by leveraging these different channels that you see here, where you have text, email, messenger, voicemail. Those are the 4 main ones that we use, but then there's other 4 ones. Those are really for building out a kind of like a sales team if you need that. But the point being is, what I want you to get out of this is that all of these different channels that you're seeing here, it can be automated and it can be copied. So essentially that means you're getting to offer them all of these services without it actually costing you any more of your own time. And then we keep going. Like I was saying before, we schedule the appointments for our clients. This is a calendar from one of our clients. This is a Monday for them. These are all leads that came in that we booked into actual appointments. We build funnels for them. We're not just doing, once again, it's like we need to make that shift of we're not SEOs first and marketers second. We're marketers first, SEO second. So we're making funnels for them, and that's how we're generating all of these leads. It's like an SEO lead comes in, they're going to get put into a funnel. And by the way, this tool replaces ClickFunnels completely for those of you that are currently using it. On top of that, we've taken ownership of their reputation management. Once again, all automated. A client comes in, the administrator, the front desk lady, whoever checks the client in, and now they're going to get an automated review request. So we're building up their GMB reviews. And then lastly, we have call tracking and call logs, so that when finally that client wants to have a conversation with me about them canceling or whatever, I can just send them the call logs and be like, are you really sure you want to do that? How about you listen to these call logs one more time and see the revenue that's coming in? And then on top of that, if the client comes back to me and says, hey, Bruno, these leads are garbage, I can send them this same exact screenshot and be like, well, Mr. Client, you can see here that you didn't even pick up the call 60% of the time. Are you sure the leads are garbage, or do you think we can improve how often you pick up the phone? So there's a lot of ways for you to help your clients, but we have to start thinking outside of the box. I think in the next 3 months, there's going to be a whole lot less businesses open than there are now. And it's really going to be a survival of the fittest situation, where the SEOs out there that don't want to take responsibility for revenue, they don't want to help their clients in every possible way that they can. I'm not saying they're all going to tank, but I'm saying they're going to struggle to stay afloat, or they're going to experience some hardship. Whereas the people that are delivering services like these and doing whatever it takes to get revenue for the client, they're the ones that are going to have these lifelong clients. They're the ones that are going to be getting that referral business. And so moving on to step 2 is what I call the call. The call is pretty simple. It's just you being honest. If you understand that your responsibility as a marketer, and once again, it's like there's that hidden contract going on, is to generate revenue, then you should call your clients if you don't have a solution. And I'll just share the conversation that I had with my clients. I had to call 3 or 4 different people, and I had to tell them, like, look, you have a 1,500, they're in the price range of 1,500 to 2K, but you have this charge coming up on your account in about a week. We're not going to run that. We're going to pause that because right now, I just want you to know, Mr. Client, that I know where you are. I know that right now times are going to get really tough. I know that this quarantine that's coming up is going to dramatically impact your business. And I want you to know that I'm working in your best interest, because your best interest is my best interest. I'm on your team. So I'm not going to charge you until I can come up with a solution to how we're going to keep producing revenue for you, even when your business, your brick and mortar, is closed. So I'm going to get back to you. I don't have an answer right now, but I just want you to understand that I'm on your team here. And when you have this conversation with your clients, I'm not saying go cancel on every single one of your clients, but if you're in an industry that's dramatically impacted by this quarantine, and you're sitting there thinking, you know that the client is going to get charged 2K in like 3 to 5 days, and you're just sitting there thinking, man, I really hope that they don't notice. It's like, you're going to lose all of your business. So don't be sneaky and be honest with your clients. Show them compassion, understanding, and understand that, once again, your role as a marketer, you have that hidden contract that you're there to produce revenue for them. So moving on, let's get into the practical stuff now that I've covered like a lot of the mental and strategical training. What you can do to save your clients' butts. So step 1 is always going to be establish communication lines. Your clients need to be able to speak with their clients, because if they can't, it doesn't really matter what they're doing, because nobody's getting that message out there. Google searches right now are or local business searches right now are at an all-time low. And so you need other channels to communicate, whether it's going to be Facebook, text message, email, voicemail, whatever it's going to be. You need to have some kind of communication line where you can reach out to your client's audience directly. Step 2 is going to be to reduce churn and engage existing clients. Now, I'll just give you an example. One of my fitness clients, it was like 2 to 3 days ago that we talked, but he got on the phone with me and he was like, I built this business from the ground and I'll do it again. And I'm like, yo, what are you talking about? And he was like, I'm expecting to lose anywhere from 60 to 80% of our memberships. I'm like, dude, how about we like slow it down? Let's talk through and let's come up with a strategy here to make sure that you don't lose 80% of your members or 60 to 80% of your members. And what you need to understand here is that preventing loss is just as good as getting new clients, and it's even better because it's a lot easier for me to work with an existing audience that's thinking about canceling than for me to go out there and generate a ton of new leads, convert them and close them. Like, these are already closed clients. I just have to make sure that they don't cancel now. So step 2 is really just to reduce that churn and to engage the existing clients. And so a couple of the questions that you can ask yourself, and there's going to be 2 ways. For businesses that offer some kind of problem solving services, like your lawyers, your medical professionals, your contractors, all that they really have to do is be able to communicate to their audience that, hey, we're still open, we're still in business. And click this link below to watch a video from our owner on the specific precautions that we'll be taking for anybody who needs our services. So it's like that's part 1. It's like for those service businesses, those problem solving businesses, it's all about just communicating that you guys are still open and what you're doing. The next couple of questions is, what can I move online? For example, attorneys, can you move that online? Can the meeting be online? Can consultations be, for pretty much anybody, be done online? For your HVAC clients, can the client do a live stream of the item that needs repair to the HVAC directly? Next question, can I offer this at home? Can I go to the person's household and offer this service, or can I deliver it to them? So restaurants right now, they're hopping all over Uber Eats, DoorDash, Postmates. And then third thing is just, can we do it via a live course? So we're moving a lot of our clients' audiences to Facebook, so their clients have the ability to live stream whenever they want. And we're making those Facebook groups open so that people can invite more people to join the groups. But the point being is, like, these are all strategies and tactics that we're using to make sure that our clients are not losing business during this pandemic. And if they are going to lose the business, that we can mitigate as much loss as possible. And then step 3 is really just going to be acquire new clients and do whatever it takes to do that. And there's a lot of different things that you're doing and I think that you can do. And I think Ted said it best in the last episode, where you said you might just be able to offer a good enough deal where it weighs against their fear. And they're like, I guess I'll cop this deal right now. So continuing on with that gym client example, he charges about $150 to $180 per month for his services for just membership to the gym. And so what we're going to be doing is a 92% discount on a 30-day pass. Anybody who's ever wanted to go to this gym, they now have the opportunity to do so. We're not doing it free, because if it's free, then they don't have any skin in the game. But we're making it cheap enough where it makes sense for them to take that deal for when the quarantine lifts. Now they can go to that gym and try it out. And then now they have a tiny bit of skin in the game, so they're going to go claim the offer. The point being is you can use that as a tactic to leverage a cheaper offer against whatever they're scared of right now. And then another thing on acquiring new clients and the strategies that you can use. Right now, every marketer in the US is freaking out trying to figure out how to service their clients, how to keep the lead gen going. There's more than just my mind trying to crack this. My suggestion to you is join every Facebook group that you can, join every marketing group that you can, sign up for as many newsletters as you can, and do the research, because what's going to happen is you're going to get little nuggets of information here, and you'll see, and the system that I'm giving you, it's extremely, extremely powerful, with creativity being the limit. And this has happened to me multiple times, and it'll happen to you, where you'll get a little golden nugget of information and it'll click in your head and you'll be like, holy crap, if I plug this into the system, we now have something highly scalable and amazing that's going to generate great results. So don't just rely on only me to figure out how to acquire new clients, because you're all in different niches. Actually go and start doing that research. See what other people are doing. We're in the wild, wild west of client acquisition right now, and you're going to come across a lot of highly valuable things in places that you would not expect. So just a couple more tips. Recession proofing your SEO. What I mean by this is, if possible, go target keywords that are 24-hour or emergency. So like 24-hour roof repair, emergency roof repair. I think even dentists had a 24-hour keyword that they could go after, or like 24-hour tooth removal or something. Point being is, like, if your client can offer a 24-hour emergency service, make sure that you're targeting those words, because those are going to be some of the most valuable keywords right now. Let me give you an example. Somebody, let's say like water heater repair or like water heater replacement. People don't want to replace their water heater unless they have to. So that's something that they're not going to be actively spending money on unless it really comes down to it. So like water heater replacement, but water heater repair, if that thing breaks and now they don't have hot water, they need that fixed right now, no matter what the economy is. So if there are those types of services that no matter what the economy is, a person will need this problem solved, make sure you're targeting them. And so now, the one that I showed all these previous screenshots of. And before I do that, I just want to have like this level of transparency where I want you guys to know I am an affiliate for this. But this has been a secret weapon at our agency for the last couple of months, and I really did not want to share it with anybody. But then I'm seeing this tool blow up. I'm seeing this system blow up. So I'm like, well, I might as well be on the front lines of it and part of the people promoting it. And then the whole pandemic happened. So I'm like, okay, now I'd just really be an a-hole if I didn't share this with people. And so these are the links where you can sign up for the free training where you can get the tool. It's called Go High Level. And look, here's what's up. I'm sharing the free training early with all the SEO Fight Club members. You're going to go to the landing page. There's not even a video yet. And then right now, because this was originally going to be only a paid program, we're restructuring a lot of the videos and currently uploading them for them to be free to you guys. It'll be delivered within the next 12 hours, hopefully by the end of the day. We're just waiting literally for all the gigabytes of content to get uploaded. And then this is only going to be offered for the people that use the SEO Fight Club link. Once I see that you guys have signed up, you've started the 14-day free trial, we're going to hit the ground running with you, and we're going to start doing all of the training. Once again, this is not going to be, there's no BS here. It's going to be free training showing you how to service your existing clients, and it's going to be click by click showing you how to go through the system and execute the different strategies. Now, Ted, I have one more marketing strategy that I call 4-dimensional marketing. Do you think it might take like another 5 minutes to share? Do you think we can, do we have time for that?
Yeah, we absolutely do.
Okay, so 4-dimensional marketing here. You guys really don't need to see the slide anymore, so I'll just turn on the camera and then stop the screen share. So 4-dimensional marketing is what I call when there's 4 levels of winning. Previous marketing, we were taught to win on 3 levels, where you would win because you would get a client, your client would win because they would get a client, and then the end user would win because they got your client services. 4-dimensional means we're doing it on 4 different levels. And so I'm going to share with you a story about a med spa client and what we're doing for them during this pandemic. So med spa client calls me, Bruno, we can't operate our physical location anymore. And they do like massaging, and they have a couple of chiropractors in the office. And they were like, what do we do? And so I was like, I don't know. I'm going to have to call you back. I'm going to think about this. And so I ran through like, can we do this online? Can we do that? And really at the end of the day, I couldn't come up with any solution for it. Because it's like, can we move it online? It's like, yeah, we can do a Facebook group, but like, what are you going to watch? Like them massaging each other? Can I offer this at home? It's like, I asked them, but then the chiropractors were like, yeah, we can, but it would just feel very degrading to like have to drive to somebody's house and massage them there. It's like, they really need to be operating at our business location. And then can we do it at a live course? Like, can we teach people how to massage each other? It's like, yeah, but then that defeats the whole purpose of you being in business. And then there's also like certifications and there's like a legal aspect to this apparently. So I couldn't come up with a solution. So what I told that client was, look, just because you're closed now doesn't mean you can't hit the ground running once we start operating, once you start operating again. Do you know any gym owners? And they were like, yeah, I know the MMA gym down the street. So I'm like, well, look, why don't we cross promote where you're going to introduce me to the gym owner? I'm going to share with them all the different marketing things that we're doing to save gyms, because we're having a ton of success in the fitness niche right now. And that's how they're going to succeed. You're going to succeed because now you're going to have an audience of 1,000 to 2,000 people that you can promote to as soon as like the quarantine lifts. So you're going to get business from there. The gym owner is going to get to cross promote to your audience. So whenever somebody goes to that med spa, they're going to get like a 10-day pass to the MMA gym as well, just like a complimentary pass. It's right down the street. You can visit it right there. And then the end user is winning because now they're getting a 10-day pass to the gym. They're getting and the offer that we're using is a $25 gift card. And if you're wondering how did we come up with that offer, I do teach it in the paid version of the course, how to come up with irresistible offers that work, and try it and test it. But anyways, this isn't about the paid course. So the end user is winning because they're getting all these insane deals. And then my client is going to have an audience of 2,000 people to promote to. But then notice what I just did. I'm having my client recruit new clients for me. And so now I ask them, do you know any health-based restaurants that we can partner up with? And they're like, yeah, I actually know a health, they do like these healthy sandwiches. That's also right down the road. So now we have like this 3-way promotion going on as soon as this quarantine lifts, where these 3 businesses have basically formed a coalition. We're servicing all 3 of them. We're at the center of the coalition. All the clients are getting these insane bonuses, benefits, discounts, wherever that they go. And all 3 are helping each other grow. And that's what I call 4-dimensional marketing, because I'm winning because my clients are recruiting for me. My direct client is winning because they're building an audience that they can market to. And keep in mind, this is all without any ad spend. Like you don't have to spend money to do this. This is just leveraging relationships. So my direct client is winning because they're getting to promote to the gym's audience. The gym is winning because they get to promote to the med spa's audience and they get to work with me. And then the end user is winning because they're getting all the deals. So it's 4-dimensional marketing, and it's winning on 4 different levels. Right now, it is one of the most powerful marketing strategies that we're using, and we've been successfully leveraging it in 3 different niches, all of which I will be sharing with you in the paid course. This is really just to kind of get the appetite going. But anyways, Ted, that is the presentation, and I'd love to hear everybody else's thoughts on it.
Well, thank you for sharing all that. There's like a wealth of ideas on what people can do. You know, even if they don't go through the courses and they don't try the software, there's just a wealth of ideas on how you can pivot and respond in what we just heard. And if you're in an industry where you have a list, but you have been typically only having on-site business, if you can pivot, it really becomes a problem of how can you get the word out? How can you leverage those lists? And like you mentioned, you know, it hadn't even hit me yet. How can you cross-promote with other affected businesses to be able to rebound faster, rebound bigger? So it's really priming your sales pipeline for the recovery. How can you bounce back even stronger than when this all started? And that's a fantastic idea. And everybody should be thinking like that right now.
So everyone thinking like that. Bruno is a great example of someone who was challenged by a problem and came up with a solution for it, rather than sitting in a Facebook group crying, woe is me, I'm losing my clients. How do you keep them? How do you gain more clients during this time? And beyond the idea of what he's doing and beyond the idea of the tool or the software and stuff, he's thinking beyond that and going, how do I, pre-position or reposition myself and be adaptive? And if you're not adaptive, you can't call yourself an entrepreneur. In my opinion, you have to be able to pivot and to see a new thing and be like, well, it's a new challenge. What am I going to do today to address that challenge? Versus, oh, the world's falling around me. Wah, wah, I'm running out of money. Obviously, in some cases, it's just hard for some people. I get it, but damn, quit being a baby. You get your 15 days, go through some training, and be ready to hit the ground running when everyone can open their pocketbooks again.
So, Kyle, what are your thoughts? What are your impressions?
Well, first, I think we could turn on our mics or our camera so that Bruno just isn't giant on the live stream.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
So I've always really liked the idea of call tracking as a solid method to show your value and showing points of ROI, because that's really what it comes down to, is being able to show that the money that they are spending is valuable, and it's worth something. I do like the idea of kind of cross promotion, and that kind of puts some ideas in my head on some things that we could probably do within our own agency. Bruno, I have a question. So let's say you've maybe missed this initial window of opportunity and somebody has left, a client is gone. Is there I guess delicate might be because I've already said, you might have already had some back and forth with them, but is there a way that you could maybe readdress this with those lost clients? Or, what I mean? Is there a way to kind of maybe pull them back in, or at least kind of maybe set them up get them back quickly once things turn around?
So I haven't been put in a situation where I've had a client cancel on me yet, but if I was put in that situation, I would just go back to them and have that similar talk where it's like, hey, I actually don't blame you for canceling. So it's like, you always acknowledge what the client has done. You always tell them that they're in the right. And it's like, and you know what, man, I would have done the same thing if I was in your position. Right now is a time where we can't be taking risks and we can't be gambling. That's why I wanted to introduce you that and let you know that we have this new service, that it's not a risk, it's not a gamble, it's getting a ton of success for our other clients. And we've had such a great relationship in the past that I wanted to offer it to you, despite whatever negative feelings came from you leaving us. It's like, I want you to know that we're on your team, we're here to help you out. Would you want to at least take 5 minutes? If I could help your business be pulled out of this mess, would it be worth 5 minutes of your time to jump on a call with me and where I can show you how we're doing this?
Sure. I like that. I like the idea that you can also say this is something new, like something that we didn't have before, or a new idea or a new way of going about things. Right on.
So we had one question here. What are your ideas in the travel niche right now? So I guess that would be maybe tour companies, maybe hotels, bed and breakfast. I mean, what else would be in the travel niche right now? I doubt most people have airlines as customers at the moment. There's only a few of those.
No, but I do know someone that's got clients that do booking opera tickets in Rome. That's not doing very well right now.
No, sports holidays is what he came back with.
Yeah.
So that goes back to the whole paradigm of, we have certain niches that you're screwed right now. There's really nothing that you can do, but that doesn't mean you can't hit the ground running once all of this lifts. Let's find people that we can cross promote and make these partnerships with, so that when things do pick up again, you're going to have this massive audience to promote to.
I don't know. I think with travel prices going down, hotels are going to be rebooking when all that stuff opens up. This might be a good time to start building a list. Be pre-positioned for, be ready for doing coupons and stuff. You can continue to build your list and then leverage the high level to stay in touch with them the entire time. And now, hey, you want to plan your vacation for next summer? Now's a great time, because the airlines, it's like $200 to fly to China. You know what I mean? Those with the prices so low, you can buy your tickets now and go on for later. So I'm sure there's still some things you can do in that market, rather than just give up.
Yeah, I would imagine that for things like sports holidays or event holidays, those types of things. Maybe market to people who are flexible on the dates. because there is a percentage of the world that has that, degree of freedom to say, yeah, I could do the holiday if the price is right and the dates don't matter as much because, my ability to do things on short notice is easy. So maybe you make a killer deal where the dates are to be announced, but the deal is so compelling that people don't care about the dates. So if you can build, a bunch of pipelines where as soon as everything lifts, you have this killer deal already queued up, maybe you can leverage it that way. Maybe you can get enough interest in a to be announced event that it's just a home run success as soon as the restrictions are lifted.
That, and maybe you could go promote it to all the college students that don't believe in CV-19. They all seem to be trying to enjoy Miami still.
Well, you don't want to create an extinction level event. So let's make sure that you're not a public hazard.
I know,
as soon as things are safe.
I risk it.
I think we have a question here in the Remo. Have you charged your chiropractic client for that extra help?
So one thing that I want to share with people is that our agency pricing never changed from when we added this entire system, because this entire system is like my insurance for keeping the clients with me. So it's like that client is like, they're paying what they normally pay. We're not sitting there like upselling them on all these different services. This is just to make sure they're happy with me and that they're going to do business with me for the next couple of years.
Plus, and Bruno didn't say this, but you can create, let's say you're niche down and you have just dentists, for example. You create the campaigns once for the dentist and just rinse and repeat and pretty much sit back and let the thing do it all itself. So yeah, he's not really adding work to it, other than the scheduling the appointments for people, which, I would do that, but that's awesome. But other than that, he's really not adding any work to himself. So.
Yeah. And then the way that our funnel works is like initially when we introduce the clients to the system, we do it for them, but then they're trained on how to run this themselves. So even like in that situation, it's like, we do a little bit of the work up front, but it's like eventually you're expected to be the one responding to your own customers. You're the one expected to be using our system to book your own appointments. And then I guess there's one more thing I didn't mention because I didn't know if I should mention it or not, but when you're doing your clients' email marketing, when you're doing their SMS marketing, when you're building funnels for them, when you're doing their SEO, when you have their CRM, when you're responsible for their call logging, their phone numbers, their funnel building, their reputation management, their pipeline, like you've done a better job as a salesperson than most of their salespeople. Do you realize how hard it is for them to leave you at that point? How many tools they have to like replace? Like to replace you, they would need to buy like 15 different tools and like hire 4 separate agencies. So that's also something to keep in mind, that if you're doing a good job, this is one of the most powerful client retention tools you can ever add to your business. And like Clint said, it's not like it's an additional work. The whole system, you can just copy paste it to, if like you specialize in one niche.
So yeah, I would challenge, any SEOs, any agencies watching this to watch this video again, because there are some takeaways here. At a bare minimum, you should be walking away with promotion ideas for your clients to help prime their sales queue. So if you haven't walked away with that action plan to help build value for your clients, to help keep them from canceling service, to understand why they need you now more than ever, you need to watch this video again. So at a bare minimum, you should be walking away with action items on how to shore up your business and how to build value. Even if you don't use the software, even if you don't do the training, you still need that takeaway. And so I would recommend that everybody watch this again and try to come away with ideas on how to make your own service business, your own agency, your own SEO consultancy more stable, more resilient as a result of these ideas being brought to the table. So, please, watch this episode twice because you missed something if you don't have that list already.
Yeah. And then just as like a final note from me, I'm only making this training available to you guys if you actually sign up using the SEO Fight Club link. It's like, yes, it's free, but not everything is being done for free here, if you get what I'm saying. So make sure that you use that link. You'll get invited to our Facebook group where we're going to be masterminding and figuring out all the different niches, how we can help you out, how we can come up with offers for whatever you're struggling with. So I don't know. Let's get that bread.
Yeah, we have one last question. It's a bit off topic, but we'll open it for everybody for ideas. So the question here is, I have a new website. Google Analytics is installed. Very few visitors there. Chimp Mail is collecting subscribers. Now the question, why do I have more subscribers than visitors as per Google Analytics? And the first thing that's coming off my mind is that Google Analytics is lossy. It's JavaScript based. It's slow. People can actually click links before the page finishes loading and rendering. And because of that, Google Analytics is lossy. So if people are subscribing before the page finishes executing, you would have more email subscribers than visitors as per Google Analytics. I would see that in sales numbers for online retail. We would always see more revenue in our payment processor than would be tracked in Google Analytics. Same reason. There may be other reasons, but that's what comes first to mind for me. What about you guys? Any thoughts?
Bots that aren't getting registered. So the bot comes in, fills out the form, leaves. It's pretty quick. It doesn't come in and get noticed.
Yeah.
Bots might be filtered by Google too.
Yeah, Google's getting a little better at filtering bots out.
Here's a result from search.
Yeah, bots are the main thing that I was thinking as well.
There might be another way to sign up. Whichever, like his Chimp Mail, I think is what he said he was using. Maybe that form is actually being shown somewhere else. Maybe within their platform. Maybe they do they promote it here and people can see it, or they have one of those databases that puts all the forms up and people can sign up that way, and then therefore it's a subscription that's happening not through the site.
Yeah, there's a lot of weird stuff that happens with that. As an example, like sometimes I'll buy a phone number and I'll never actually use it or put it anywhere. Then I'll go back and it's like filled with spam calls. So I don't know. Spammers find a way.
The spammer's going to spam.
They got to do what they got to do during these tough times, Spam where they can.
So got to do. Visual's got a good point on taking referral traffic that somebody may have shared the website somewhere else. And so it's just showing as referral and not form of traffic.
So we got another question for Bruno. What about those businesses like the gym and the natural sandwich? Did you get their business? Was it free as well?
Oh, 1,000%. It's all paid. I'll tell you this. Originally, when we started doing this, we would offer it as a completely free service for clients where they wouldn't have to pay for it. It's like we'd go in, we'd be freaking rock stars in their business, but we would do it for free so they could like see what it's like to work with us. But what I saw is that if you don't make people pay for this, like whatever it is, if they don't have any skin in the game at all, it hurts them more than it hurts you. Like, I don't care about making an extra $1,000 or an extra $1,500. Like, yeah, it's nice. But the reason that I'm charging these clients is because now they're invested. Now they're going to use the software. And the clients who don't pay, they don't ever transition to the point where they're managing it themselves, where they're responding to their own customers. They're not booking their appointments. They're not sitting there. There's like a check-in button for when a client shows up. And it's like they're not clicking that. They're not letting us know if an appointment that we booked for them was a no-show. It's basically if you give it to people for free, they're not going to utilize it. But if you charge it, they're going to make so much more money because now they're invested into it. So yes, I did charge every single one of those people.
Yeah, free is the F word.
Yeah.
So you think of bad words that are 4 letters starting with F, free's a bad word.
Yeah.
People don't value it. I've done, give the service away for free. I've done give the software away for free. It doesn't work.
And if what I see with this training, because this is the first time that, like I said, this is like a little pre-release, you guys are getting the backdoor link. If I see that this isn't like producing results that I wanted to, then it's like, this is not going to be free for long.
Yeah, that's the thing. Whatever the venture is that's giving away the service for free, it doesn't last long. Either they start charging or they go out of business. And there is this thing where if it's not worth your time to ask for money, it's not worth their time to invest their time. And so there's a lot of psychology to that where there has to be perceived value. And one of the best ways to generate perceived value is it has a cost. It doesn't have to be a high cost, just has to cost enough that people take the time to use it. And so, with this service, with your service, that will probably always be true. With that, any final thoughts, guys? What are the key takeaways here, Kyle? I know you have this end of episode. What are the bullet points? What do you think the bullet points are?
Well, I think we should always do that at every episode. It keeps people listening and watching longer, and then they'll watch to the end. It's production value, Ted. We're trying to get people to the end. Well, the main takeaway is don't despair. Just because there are lots of problems happening right now, there are solutions to those problems. That's the whole point. And we as marketers, I've always thought a big part of being a successful marketer is being able to problem solve and figure out getting from A to B. And as you mentioned, watching this episode again is the right way to go because there were so many great things. And what I also like too is that obviously this is a great software to go for and try, but you don't have to do that. Bruno provides so many ideas. I've got ideas right now, especially within the cross promotion. I really like that a lot. Something that I'm going to kind of go back on and look at some opportunities there. But there's always a way to think through the problem. There's always a solution, even in some of those what appear at the moment to be very, very dire situations. Things will turn around, things will get better, and to be ready to go, even in those situations where they can't get anything right now, but to be ready to capitalize once those things turn around again is a good place to be.
Yeah. It's better than throwing in the towel, that's for sure.
Yeah, just curling up and walking outside and giving up.
Yeah.
And Bruno, if there's a business out there that says, hey, I think this Bruno guy can help me, is there a way they can reach out to you?
Yes, they can go to my agency website. That's blackswanmedia.co. I didn't just pronounce a typo. It's .co, and they can book a call with me right there.
And what about you, Clint? If somebody needs help surviving this, is there a way they can reach you?
Yeah, the best way is on Skype at clint.a.butler. Reach out to me there. Pretty soon we'll start giving away. I'm doing it for free. I'm giving some of my time. Just to, and get to talk to some people too. Because sitting behind the computer at your house gets kind of sucky when you can't leave. Like when I was allowed to leave, I didn't want to leave, but now I want to get the hell out of here. So it'd be nice to talk to some people.
Yeah. Let me caveat, I ranted on the word free. If that keeps an existing customer from canceling right now, then that's fantastic. I eat all my words. So free's not always bad, but in the long term, it's not a great long-term strategy.
Yeah.
By the way, are we still doing the giveaway?
No, sorry.
Ted, I thought you mentioned you were going to take a roll of toilet paper and sign every single sheet and give it to one lucky audience member today.
Well, we don't have it in stock yet. It's still sold out in the Seattle area.
Still no toilet paper.
Kyle, if people need your help, you have an agency as well. How can people reach you?
Sure. You can ping me through IMG. I'd actually prefer that. I'm trying to consolidate all my communication into IMG. There's the direct message there is really a great way to do it. You can always reach me at kyle@hvseo.co. I didn't say it wrong. hvseo.co is our agency, and you can reach me there as well.
Yeah, and if you need to reach me, it's SEOtoollab.com. There's a contact form, or you can join IMG for free and get tons of marketing advice and ask questions for free. So I would check that out. It's internetmarketing.gold is the website. So
you better value it. Those for free.
Yep.
Value it. Ted's going to start charging.
Yeah, well, we do charge. We have all the good info, and the priority access is paid.
Yeah.
And it may not always be free. It's free for right now.
Yeah.
So with that, we'll hop over to the networking. I will paste that link into the YouTube chat one more time. So if you want to come say hi, we may not be there for a long time, but for a short while, come say hello, ask questions, network, talk about anything. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks, everyone.